All right, what's up, everybody? This is your man, of course, Sensei JD, coming at you from Kishi Dojo Martial Arts, and also, of course, the Martial Art Limited Association. And we are doing your guys' Veterans Day TFC Jiu-Jitsu class. Again, for anybody who's normally a Monday, Wednesday, you can do this class. Make sure you comment. I'm going to ask a couple questions. Make sure you comment on the questions. Don't answer all of them, but answer a different one than the person, whoever's commenting, hopefully, than you are, just so we get different answers and also so you can answer different questions. But we're going to start off with some fundamental ground movements. Again, I was looking at classes and watching a couple people, and we're still missing a couple key things. So I want to make sure we talk about those things while we have this. And this is the best way to do this because you guys can go back, watch, get the details, and then practice it. So we're going to start with the simple get up and base. That is still messing people up. They're having a little bit of trouble with it, so I want to address it. So right now, I'm essentially sitting in base position. I am making just off camera my target. If I'm going to make the camera my target, I sit like this. Okay. If I want to go profile, maybe the flag wall or the punching bags over there are my target. I sit like this. I'm not hooking my foot behind, and I'm also not hooking it in front. It's on the side. If you want a little bit of space, if you want it to sit out a little bit, that's all up to you. I don't mind. But I definitely want it to be pretty close. If I have to kick, there's my kick. Okay, if you got pushed down, you did your back break fall, and now you're sitting in base. Okay, you're sitting in this position to give yourself the best chance to get up safely. Okay, if I just get up, I'm going to get popped in the head or something. Okay, if I roll away, they're just going to walk and follow me and maybe kick me. I actually, when I was a teenager, I did the kip up. I was really proud of that. And my friend just kicked me in the face right as I was coming up in one of our sparring matches. So that backfired as well. The first thing I got to do is I just got to be able to elevate my hips. Okay? I'm supporting myself on a straight bone concept. Okay? I'm not doing that where I'm using muscle. I'm locking my elbow, my leg. This is a one solid bone, and all I'm using is my back and my hip muscles a little bit. And I'm just elevating myself. And that's it. From there, if you need to, you elevate and you put your knee by your hand. Notice my knee is by my hand. Okay? Elevate, knee by the hand. From there, I switch my knee to my foot. And then you stand up. Okay? If you're a ninja and you don't need to put your knee down, you can just go. Love it. Go for it. Do that. That's all I need. Now, here's what I want you to do. I need you to do 10 of these. I need you to do 10 with the right leg up, and 10 more with the left leg up. Okay? So you're going to get 10 on the right, 10 on the left. 10, get up in bases. Step 1, step 2, step 3, or step 1. So, 10 of those. Pause the video, knock out your 10, come back and see me, and we'll move on to the next part. We're going to move on to now shrimping. Shrimping is a big part of your grappling. It's a big part of your escapes. It's a big part of ground survival, if you want to call it that. And so we have several shrimps. We're going to go over 4 today. And the first one is right from this base position. Literally sitting in this position. We're going to do a forward and backwards seated shrimp. So if I'm going to run away, I simply use that hand just like when we lifted for the get up and base. I lift, but I move myself away, and then I pull myself in. And I just move myself away. I'm going to go forward now. And so to go forward, I just bring my leg out, bring my hand, and you scoot. And you'll see people do this. I'm about to do that now. Okay, going away from the camera, I can switch my hips. If I want to stay on the same side, switching is more fun, more comfortable. And this is seated forward shrimping and seated backward shrimping. And so what I'm going to ask from you guys, it's a pretty easy drill. I want you guys to give me 2 minutes of that. Mix it up however you want, okay? 120 seconds. It's like a commercial break. It's like a YouTube break. 120 seconds. I just want you to play with, maybe you're going forward, maybe you go back where you're switching sides, maybe you stay on the same side, but you're just working your way around, seated shrimp, forward and back. Nice. All right, time for our first question of the day. Question of the day: what is one of the 5 ranges of combat? Okay, 5 ranges of combat. All fighting takes place in 5 different ranges. Give me one of those. Put it in the comment section below, and so you can get class credit. All right, that takes us to our next version. We're going to do the laying down shrimp. We're going to do regular and reverse. So I'm going to turn profile, make this easy for you guys. I'm on my back, and I'm here. So first things first, I'm going to bring my heels off the ground. From there, I elevate my hips, I rotate to my side, and I push my butt out as far as I can. This should look like a shrimp, or in Japanese, they would say an ebi, okay? I look like this. At this point, bring my foot in, flatten my back out, bring my other foot in. Elevate my hips, rotate to my side, move my butt out, and then work yourself back. Okay. So, hip up, turn on your side, hip out. Flatten your back out, bring your legs in, and do it again and do it again. All right, that's your regular shrimp. A lot of you guys are shrimping still on your back. You're also shrimping from your heels. You got to get off those heels. If I look, heels here, that's as high up as my hips can go. Okay, that's it. They don't go any higher. If I flip it to my toes, I can elevate my hips much higher. And remember, there's a person sitting on top of you. So you got to buck that weight off of you, aka lift the hips or buck the hips, buck that weight off of you, then you can work on your shrimps. If you don't do that, it's not going to work. You can't just roll to your side and then shrimp out. You're not going to go anywhere. You're going to find out like it's not working. Okay? So give me another 2-minute round on just regular shrimps, and then we'll move on to the reverse shrimps, and that'll be our last one of these little categories. Go ahead. All right, so we are now up to the reverse shrimp. And so concepts are very similar. Before, I was here, I lifted my hips, I rotated to my side, and then I pushed myself out. So starting here, what I need you to do is I need you to lift your butt, and I need you to pull your butt to your heels. I'm going to rotate, my legs come away from me, and I pull my butt to my heels. Legs come away from me, butt to my heels. If I go towards the camera, it looks like that. Regular shrimp goes away. Forward shrimp, or reverse shrimp, sorry. Reverse shrimp goes towards the target. It could be going towards or away the target, just depending on which position your opponent's in and what you're trying to do. But that's your forward shrimp and your reverse shrimp. So now I need you to give me a 2-minute round on your reverse shrimp. Okay. So I tricked you a little bit, okay? I need you to do one more round, a 3-minute round, but I want you to mix all 4 shrimps together. So you can start in the seated position, you can forward shrimp, you can seated back shrimp, okay? You could drop down, you can regular shrimp, you can reverse shrimp, you can use that to get up. Oh, I can add in my get up and base, and let's do that. Let's add in get up and base as well. So a 3-minute round, put all 4 shrimps together, and add in your get up and base. Go. Second question, what are one of the 5 degrees of destruction? Meaning how hard I hit a target. There are 5 different levels of impact when I'm hitting my opponent. Give me one of the 5 degrees of destruction. For the next part of our little ground drill stuff, we're going to use a dummy, or you can use a pillow or a big stuffed animal, whatever you might have. I'm just grabbing a grappling dummy. So for the very first drill, we're going to go back to an easy one. It's still causing issues when we do testing. It's still somehow eluding some kids, so I want to go ahead and knock it out and make sure we cover it. So we're going to talk about swaying base. And swaying base, if you don't know, has a lot of value to it. If you're like, well, I don't really like swaying base for whatever reasons, I'm going to try to explain a little bit about the value. So first things first, everybody should know, and if you don't, you know, you should be able to comment in the comment section below what this position is I am in right now. If you don't know, this is called cross mount. We look like an X. When I simply post my hand and I post my leg and I slide this leg through, I am now in a side mount position. I'm under the shoulder, so it's actually called Kazura Keisugatame. And if I go around the head, it's called Keisugatame or side mount. But for the sake of the drill, leaving it there is fine. I'm okay with that. I care more about my weight being on their chest and my foot being forward and my hips being on the ground or just above the ground. Like I lift my hips are down. Elevate, down. Not that. From there, I switch my feet and now I go right back to cross mount. And then I do the exact same thing going the other direction. Now I'm in reverse side mount. Okay? My arm is over the head. I am not under the head. This guy can get away now. I am here. I am over the head, holding them down with my armpit, and my foot is close to their body. Again, switch your feet, get yourself back to cross mount. So the swaying base drill is simply going from here to here. 1 and 2. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to give me a 2-minute round on that. Simply swaying base, facing the head, facing the feet, and then we'll move on to the next part. Moving on. So now we're going to talk about step over to mount and back step. Again, this is one of those moves that I'm noticing people are struggling with, but I'm going to give you guys a bonus version today for those that are watching and actually do pay attention to these. So when we do this, we're going to start in this cross mount position, and I'm going to sway my base towards the feet, or I'm going to change my hips to go towards the feet. So I'm now facing the feet here. And traditionally, we'll say to tap the knee or to grab the gi pants and pull it towards you. On the dummy, I say tap the nubbin. I tap the nubbin and I step over to mount. And now I've gotten to the full mount position. And then I simply move an arm across. I put my elbow low and I back step and I'm back into that reverse side mount position. Again, I'm still holding their head down, and then I simply switch my feet and I'm back to the cross mount position. And you can blend in the drill from the previous section where we simply switch over, and now you have the Kazura Keisugatame, aka the side mount position. It's under the shoulder scarf hold versus scarf hold. That's the difference. And then switch your feet back, and then switch your feet, face the dummy, and then step over to mount, bring your arm across, back step, get back to cross mount. Now for that bonus thing I was talking about, for those that know this and they've done it for a while, the Black Belt Club and kids like that, you guys have been doing this for a long time. I want to talk about another version where you might not get caught into someone's half guard. So I do all the same things, I turn. And instead of tapping the knee, because we know their knees are up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my foot and I'm going to slide my foot across the dummy. Okay? And so I'll do that again. You're here. I'm not going to switch back to cross mount for the sake of just time. But all I'm doing is grabbing my foot and I'm bringing it between their legs where their knees might be up and their belt. So think of like their belt being right here. I'm just going to grab my foot and go right across the belt. There you go. Go ahead. Give me a 2-minute round on back step and step over to mount. Go. All of that has led me to this. We're now going to talk about the star drill. Now, the star drill has morphed and changed over the years. A few of you guys might know the old one, which is when we started in cross mount and we go to side mount, north, south, side mount, cross mount. We're going to change it a little bit, okay? And what it is simply this. Make sure everybody's on the same page. I start in side mount, okay? So I have side mount position. From there, I shift myself to the cross mount position. From here, I sway my base and I now face the feet. Hence the swaying base drill being so important earlier. It's getting me ready for this drill. Now I step over to mount. Now to continue on, my back's gonna be to the camera, but that's how the drill works. I bring my arm across, I back step, and then I switch my feet, I get to the cross mount, and then I now shift, and I'm in side mount on this side of the dummy. So thinking about this star drill, I went from side mount to cross mount to full mount. I got 3 major dominant positions in this one drill. I got the swing base drill, the step over to mount, and the back step all included in this drill. So you're getting 5 things in one drill that are all on your test. So this drill is really important and it really helps you guys out. So if you don't do anything on this video, this is the thing to really hone in on. So I'm in case gatame or side mount. I simply shift to the cross mount position and then I sway my base so I'm now facing the feet. Can use that new move I just showed you, step over to mount. Now I can step back and then I go cross and now I switch to side. And that is the star drill. When I get back to where I started, I am technically done. Okay, so make sure you go around and you come back. One more time, starting in side mount. Shift to the cross mount. Reverse my position to the low line side mount. Step over, back step, cross mount, back to side mount. Going back, cross, step in here, slide over to mount, back step, cross mount. Notice how my chest is on them. Side mount. All right. 3-minute round on the star drill for you guys to go ahead and knock out. Okay, number 3 question of the day. There are 5 major positions that we use in grappling that we refer to. So you should have 4 mounts and 1 other position. Okay? List me at least 2 of those positions that we count as core or fundamental ground positions. All right? That's your 3rd question of the day. Don't go anywhere. I have a special bonus thing for you guys. So for my TFC Jiu-Jitsu guys, my basics, I have a special bonus thing for you guys today. If you happen to have a small ball or if your parents happen to have a yoga ball or a Bosu ball, you'll want to use it for this drill. Make sure you got some space though, because 1, you're going to use up some space, but 2, you're going to have a lot of fun, I think. All right, so the first thing I want you guys to do is we're going to simply put our chest on the ball and we're going to sprawl. And all I want you to do is I want you to rock where you're trying to get from side to side without losing and wiping out. I don't want you to fall down. I want you to just be able to put your chest on there, and we're calling it sprawl, the sprawl ride. So think if somebody shot him for a double leg, and this is me on their back, and they're trying to move. So when they try to cut to this side, I shut them down a little bit. Or they try to cut to this side, I shut them down a little bit. If they start trying to walk, maybe you go follow them a little bit, or you follow them this way. And so that's the first one. It's just rocking side to side. It's really pretty easy. So part 2, after you've practiced going side to side, you're going to come in, hands on the floor, walk yourself in, and bring your knees underneath you. And now, I'm going to walk back a little bit. And now, from there, you should be here, and then you bring your hands off the floor, and you're going to just work on your balance, your core. If your hands come to the mat, it's fine. I just want you to reset, and you're just practicing staying on the guy. I'll give you one more to play with, but I think it's the most fun. Is so I start here, and we do that kick out, the drill I already taught you. Remember, I post here, and now I'm going to take this leg, I'm going to kick it through, so I'm on my back. Okay? And again, you can practice going side to side. That's all good. But then I'm going to turn myself, and I'm back to that sprawl position. And maybe you shift, and you get to your back. And then I shift, and I get to the sprawl. sprawl. And if you want, you can bring yourself up to this position, do a little bit of balancing. If you miss, you can sprawl, you can kick through, bring yourself back, kick through, bring yourself back, work a little side to side, balance. And then if you want, you can practice also. How you guys doing? Practice balancing with your legs and go side to side. So that is all I have for you guys. That is a little bit of Bosu ball fun for you guys for your Veterans Day class. You could use a pretty big beach ball or whatever too. It should work out pretty well, just don't pop it. Cool. Well, now get ready for advanced. For those. And for the final question, the fourth question I'm going to ask in this part of the drill, this part of the class, what is the golden rule of grappling? So for your fourth question of the day, what is the golden rule of grappling? Put it in that section, put that in the comment section below, get your class credit. All right, guys, for TFC Jiu-Jitsu Advanced, what we're going to do is we're going to work on what we call the JKD 5 counts, or they're basically a kickboxing 5 count. And we're going to just go ahead and use the heavy bag for this. So if you have a heavy bag, please use it. If you don't, you can do this in shadow boxing form. But I'm going to show everything on the heavy bag just so you guys can see it all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand here and I'm facing my heavy bag. Make sure when you're doing this, your hips are facing the bag. Don't be bladed where your hips are facing almost like the camera or facing out. I need you guys to turn and face your hips to the bag. Now, the first move, the hardest thing that people have, so I'm going to break this off so it's a separate thing, is the pendulum step or the pendulum kick. And we're going to go real basic first. So I step, I kick, I step, and I step back. So step 1, bring my foot in. Step 2, turn my foot. Step 3, kick the bag. And then step 4, I put my foot back. So if you want to just put it sideways, cool, kick when it comes down, and I go back. But notice, again, I'm facing the punching bag. So step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When we do that fast, it becomes a pendulum step. And that's all it is. That's your pendulum step kick. You need that for this drill. Okay. So the first move, I'm going to pendulum step, round kick, drop my foot in front. Now I'm going to go cross, hook, cross, and then I'm going to kick and pendulum step out. So step 1, kick, 1, 2, 3, kick, and get yourself out of range. All right, that's all it is. Pendulum step in, kick, 1, 2, 3, kick, out of range. Remember, when we're punching, kind of look where your face is and try to punch face height. Don't be punching down here. Don't be beating up little kids, okay? Or don't be beating up your little siblings either. All right, so that's the first one. Give me, I'd say, at least a 2 to 3 minute round on that first drill, okay? You guys. Pendulum step doesn't change, so I pendulum step, kick. Now it's cross, uppercut, cross, and then kicking my way out. So pendulum step, kick, cross, uppercut, cross, kick. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and I'm back out. Okay? 2 minutes for that. Excellent. Number 3, our third round. I'm going to pendulum step in, get that kick, cross, lower my body, body hook, come back up for the cross, and then kick and get your way out. This is my favorite one of the series because I feel you're going down, up, down, up, down, up. When I kick, the kick is low, their hands drop. Now the punch is high, their hands come back up. I now drop low, throw the hook punch low, their hands come back down. I've now punch high, their hands come back up, and then I kick low to get out of there. So you're making their hands go, and they're going to get hit. So come in, kick, 1, 2, 3, kick, and out. If you're struggling with that pendulum step, you can step and kick. it does the same thing. Just make sure, the thing I care about the most is you don't throw the body hook up here. Make sure you're lowering your body some to throw that hook. Okay? Awesome. 2 to 3 minute round of cross, body hook cross. All right. Fourth one. Same thing, pendulum step. Now, overhand or a haymaker, overhand, shovel hook, overhand, and then kick. Okay? Haymaker, shovel hook, haymaker, kick. When you throw your haymakers, it's not this. Get that elbow up. Throw your elbow up, throw the punch. Dig, throw the elbow, throw the punch. And then kick and get yourself out of range. Remember, the pendulum step is to move us in range and to move us out of range. I can't hit him right now. I pendulum step so I can. Okay, we moving on? So now I pendulum step in. 3 straight punches. Remember, it's rear hand, rear hand, and then kick your way out. So pendulum step in, 1, 2, 3. Kick your way out. One more time. 1, 2, 3. And I work my way out. Okay, 2 to 3 minute round on that. Remember, you can move around the bag. You don't have to stay in front of it. You can work your way around. If I had the bag in the center, I would. And also, for blue belts and higher, I recommend you guys switch your lead and play with this whole thing on the other side of your body. It'll really change it up. Maybe do a 2 minutes right lead, 2 minutes left lead if you really want to amp your training and make yourself that much better than the other guy. Wink, wink. Cool. Well, there you guys have it. Your advanced training. I'll see you guys on the mats on the next day. Whenever you guys come. If you're a Monday, Wednesday, I'll see you on Wednesday. If you're a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll see you Tuesday. Awesome. Here. 4 count. 2, 3, 4. 5 count. You already know that. Forehand, backhand. Okay. 6 count. Forehand, backhand. Stab high, stab low. 7. Forehand, backhand. Step high, low, go back high. There you go. And then finally the 8 count. High, low, high. Four count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 count. Good. 6 count. High, low. Good. 7. High, low, high. 8. High, low, high. There it is. What do you guys think? Does it make sense? Let me know. Put in the comments below. Cool.